Your morning routine might be quietly working against your health. Hidden in everyday breakfast choices is a habit that can strain one of your body's most vital organs. Today, you'll discover how to turn that around and start protecting your health from the moment you wake up. Picture the first moments of your day. The light is soft, your mind is still waking up, and the smell of fresh coffee or toasted bread drifts through the kitchen. For many, breakfast feels like a simple pleasure, a grounding habit before the rush of work or errands begins. But there's something happening beneath the surface of this routine, a quiet process in your body that can either support your health or slowly chip away at it, depending on one crucial factor: the type of fuel you give your body right after waking. Across countless American kitchens, that fuel often comes in the form of sugar. It may be the obvious kind, like sweet pastries, chocolate milk, or a stack of pancakes with syrup. But more often, it's disguised in foods that are marketed as healthy. A tall glass of orange juice, flavored oatmeal packets, fruit yogurts, even some granolas, these can all deliver a concentrated hit of sugar before your day has even begun. When you wake up, your body is still in a fasting state. Your liver has been working all night, regulating blood sugar levels and managing energy reserves, so you can sleep without interruption. The moment you consume sugar in the morning, whether it's glucose from refined sugar or fructose from fruit-based sweeteners, your liver receives an energy load it doesn't immediately need. The extra is stored, and a significant part of it is converted into fat within the liver cells. Over time, this process can lead to fat accumulation in the liver, even in people who maintain a healthy weight. What's surprising is that sugar consumed in the morning can have a more pronounced effect on the liver than the same amount eaten later in the day. This is because your body's metabolic state changes throughout the day. Early in the morning, your liver is more sensitive to the sudden arrival of sugar, which makes the storage process more efficient. Unfortunately, efficient here means it stores more fat. Think of it like starting your day by pouring too much water into a small cup. It overflows quickly, and the excess ends up in places it wasn't meant to go. For many people, this pattern becomes part of a lifelong habit, repeated so consistently that the body adapts to it in ways that may not be beneficial. You might not notice any symptoms at first. Your energy may seem fine, your digestion normal, and routine blood tests might not raise any alarms. But deep inside, the liver could be slowly changing. The good news is that you don't need to give up all your favorite breakfast foods. Small adjustments in timing, portion size, and ingredient choice can make a significant difference in how your liver responds. You can still enjoy a flavorful, satisfying breakfast, just in a way that supports your body's natural rhythm rather than working against it. And later on, I'll share a natural, lesser-known tip that can help your liver start the day strong, potentially enhancing your energy and well-being in ways you might not expect. Being aware of this morning sugar effect is the first step toward breaking free from what I like to call the sugary trap. When you understand how your liver processes that first meal of the day, you gain the power to make small but impactful changes that ripple into every aspect of your health. The next insight is one of the most important, and ignoring it won't just limit your results. It could also bring unintended consequences you'll want to avoid. Understanding the morning sugar effect changes how you see your daily routine. Once you realize the liver's unique vulnerability in those early hours, you begin to notice how easy it is to overload it without meaning to. But the real question is, what exactly happens inside your body when that sugar rush hits first thing in the morning? As soon as you consume something sweet after waking, your digestive system quickly breaks it down into simple sugars. Glucose enters your bloodstream rapidly, prompting your pancreas to release insulin, the hormone that helps move glucose into your cells for energy. At the same time, fructose, often found in fruits and sweeteners, heads straight to your liver. While glucose can be used by almost every cell in your body, fructose is primarily processed by the liver alone. This means your liver bears the full responsibility for metabolizing it, and if it arrives in a large dose when the body doesn't need that much energy, it gets stored as fat. Over time, these repeated spikes can set off a chain reaction. More fat in the liver means less efficient processing of nutrients and toxins. This can influence your metabolism, affect your energy levels, and even impact how your body responds to other foods throughout the day. What's more, Your liver plays a central role in regulating hormones, which means that a stressed liver can subtly affect mood, appetite, and overall well-being. Many people assume that liver health issues only affect those with unhealthy diets or excessive alcohol consumption. But one of the most surprising truths is that even lean, active individuals can develop excess liver fat simply from consistent overexposure to sugar, especially in the morning. This isn't about deprivation, it's about timing and awareness. In American culture, breakfast often revolves around quick energy. It's common to see people grab a muffin and a sweetened latte on the way to work, or to reach for a brightly colored energy drink before hitting the gym. While these options might provide a temporary mental boost, the liver's quiet workload increases with each sip and bite. And because you can't feel your liver working harder the way you might feel muscle fatigue after exercise, the effects remain invisible until they've built up over years. There's an empowering side to this knowledge. Once you understand how your liver reacts to different types of morning fuel, you can design your breakfast in a way that gives you sustained energy without overloading your system. Choosing whole foods with balanced nutrients, adding protein or healthy fats, and spacing out higher sugar foods later in the day can make an enormous difference. This approach supports the liver's natural cycle and helps keep your metabolism steady, which in turn can improve focus, mood, and even sleep quality over time. The body has an incredible ability to adapt and recover when given the right conditions. That means it's never too late to change your habits. By adjusting what you eat in the morning, you're not just protecting your liver, you're setting a healthier tone for the entire day. The next tip is one of the most important, and skipping it won't just limit your progress. It could introduce side effects you'll want to avoid if your goal is lasting, meaningful health improvements. Once you realize that morning sugar is more than just a harmless indulgence, it becomes impossible to ignore the long-term impact it can have. But the truth is, the effects don't usually show up right away. They build slowly, quietly, sometimes over years, without any obvious signs. This is why so many people are caught off guard when they eventually learn that their liver is under strain. Consider the story of someone like Mark, a fictional example, but one that mirrors countless real experiences. Mark is in his 40s, exercises a few times a week, and maintains what most would call a balanced diet. His breakfast? A fruit smoothie with added honey, a bran muffin, and a tall glass of orange juice. It sounds wholesome, even virtuous. But for over a decade, this daily combination has delivered more sugar to his liver before 9 a.m. than his body could possibly burn right away. At first, his energy seemed fine, but gradually, he started feeling more sluggish in the afternoons. Then came the occasional brain fog, the creeping fatigue after meals, and a subtle but persistent lack of motivation. What's fascinating is that his annual blood tests didn't raise alarms. His cholesterol was only slightly elevated, and his blood sugar appeared normal. The problem was hidden, until an unrelated scan revealed fat deposits in his liver. This is a reality for many people, especially in the United States, where breakfast culture often revolves around quick, sweetened convenience. This invisible buildup is what makes the sugary trap so powerful. Your liver doesn't send a sharp warning signal like a muscle cramp or a sudden headache. Instead, the strain manifests as slow metabolic shifts, changes in energy regulation, and an increased likelihood of other imbalances over time. Even more surprising is that this can happen regardless of body type. You don't need to be overweight to develop fat in the liver. What matters is the sustained imbalance between sugar intake and the liver's capacity to process it efficiently. The good news is that the body is adaptable. Just as these changes happen gradually, they can be reversed, or at least significantly improved, with consistent, thoughtful choices. Cutting back on concentrated sugars in the morning, replacing sweet drinks with water or herbal teas, and introducing more fiber and protein can give your liver breathing room to recover. Even shifting sweet foods to later in the day when your body is more active can help. The key takeaway is that habits work silently in both directions. They can either work against you or for you. The moment you decide to align your morning routine with what your body actually needs, you start creating momentum toward better health. And while results may not be visible overnight, the long-term benefits of a healthier liver ripple outward. supporting your metabolism, hormone balance, and even your mood. The next insight is one of the most important, and ignoring it won't just limit your results, it could also lead to unintended side effects that will stand in the way of your progress. When we think of liver strain, most people imagine symptoms like pain or swelling, something obvious that signals a problem. But the reality is very different. In the early stages of liver stress caused by excess morning sugar, the signs are often subtle, easy to dismiss, and even easier to misattribute to other causes. This is why so many people live with early indicators for years without realizing what's happening. One of the first signs can be a persistent sense of tiredness, even after a full night's sleep. The liver plays a key role in energy regulation, and when it's overburdened, your ability to sustain energy throughout the day can falter. Another common signal is brain fog, difficulty concentrating, slow recall, or a general sense of mental dullness. While these issues can come from many sources, they often correlate with blood sugar fluctuations triggered by high morning sugar intake. Digestive changes can also be a quiet clue. A slower digestive rhythm, bloating, or feeling overly full after small meals might reflect a liver that's struggling to keep up with its many roles. Skin changes, like dullness or mild inflammation, are another indirect sign, since the liver is deeply involved in filtering and processing compounds that affect skin health. The tricky part is that standard blood tests don't always capture these early changes. Liver enzyme levels may still be within normal ranges, even if fat accumulation or mild inflammation is present. This is why paying attention to your daily habits and subtle shifts in your energy, focus, and digestion can be so important. In American breakfast culture, this issue is compounded by convenience. Many people opt for grab-and-go options that lean heavily on sugar because they're fast, tasty, and widely available. From flavored protein bars to sweetened yogurt drinks, these foods are marketed as health-friendly, yet may contain enough sugar to keep the liver in a constant cycle of overload. The empowering part of this is that awareness opens the door to change. Choosing breakfasts rich in protein, healthy fats, and slow-digesting carbohydrates can help stabilize blood sugar and reduce unnecessary liver strain. Simple swaps, like replacing juice with water, adding vegetables to morning meals, or using unsweetened versions of favorite foods, can make a measurable difference. And when these adjustments become routine, your body responds with more stable energy, sharper focus, and a greater sense of well-being. The beauty of this approach is that it's not about cutting out enjoyment. It's about aligning your choices with how your body actually works best. Once you start listening to the quieter signals your body sends, you'll see that the path to better health is built on small, sustainable steps that protect your liver's resilience for years to come. The next tip is one of the most important, and skipping it won't just hold back your progress. It could bring about side effects that prevent you from reaching your health goals. By now, you've seen how small, daily choices in the morning can quietly shape your liver's health for years. But understanding the problem is only half the journey. What truly changes your life is knowing exactly what to do about it. And there's a natural, simple method that can support your liver from the moment you wake up, giving it the tools to start the day strong instead of burdened. The key is to provide your body with something that helps your liver do what it does best: filter, process, and balance. One of the most effective ways to do this is by starting your day with a preparation that hydrates, stimulates gentle digestion, and supports natural detoxification pathways. It's not about buying expensive supplements or following extreme diets. The answer can be as simple as a carefully prepared natural beverage made with ingredients that promote liver resilience. For example, warm water infused with fresh lemon can be a powerful ally. The lemon provides vitamin C and plant compounds that support enzyme production, while warm water gently encourages your digestive system to wake up. Some people add a pinch of cinnamon for its antioxidant benefits, or a few slices of fresh ginger to help with circulation and digestion. But here's the catch: the balance matters. Too much lemon can irritate the stomach lining, cinnamon in excess can cause unwanted reactions, and ginger in large quantities may be too stimulating first thing in the morning. This is where preparation becomes essential. The goal is not to overwhelm the body with strong flavors or concentrated doses, but to create a harmonious blend that works with your system. This means using moderate amounts, the right water temperature, not boiling, so you preserve the delicate compounds, and taking time to sip slowly, allowing your body to respond. Another option is a mild herbal infusion, such as milk thistle tea, known for its liver-supporting compounds. But even with herbal teas, quality, dosage, and brewing time are critical to avoid diminishing the benefits or introducing discomfort. Many people make the mistake of thinking that if a little is good, more must be better, but that's rarely the case when it comes to the liver. Integrating this kind of supportive start to your day does more than protect your liver. It sets a tone for mindful eating and hydration throughout the morning. Once you begin your day with a balanced, intentional choice, it becomes easier to avoid the impulsive high-sugar options that lead to the cycle we've been discussing. It also subtly trains your palate to appreciate more natural flavors, which can make reducing added sugars feel far less like a sacrifice and more like a welcome shift. Think of this as the moment when you step out of the sugary trap and onto a new path, one that still allows for enjoyment, but with a deeper respect for what your body needs. And while the foundation is simple, the impact of getting it right can be profound. The next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it won't just limit your results. It could lead to side effects that stand in the way of everything you've worked toward. The beauty of making intentional changes in your morning routine is that the results accumulate quietly, just as the damage once did. But now, instead of adding to the burden on your liver, you're building its resilience. And it's time to reveal the precise way to prepare a natural morning drink that can help support your liver and set you up for a day of steady energy, clear focus, and balanced digestion. Begin with a glass of warm, not hot water, about 200 to 250 milliliters. The temperature should be comfortable to drink without cooling your body's core or risking irritation to your throat and digestive tract. Squeeze in the juice of half a fresh lemon, making sure to use a ripe fruit for the best flavor and nutrient profile. Stir gently. If you'd like to add an extra layer of support, you can include a thin slice of fresh ginger or a small pinch of cinnamon, no more than 1/8 teaspoon, to enhance circulation and antioxidant intake. Sip this mixture slowly over 5 to 10 minutes. The goal is to let your body register and respond to the hydration and nutrients rather than rushing through it. Drinking it too quickly or on a completely empty stomach without moderation can sometimes cause discomfort, so listen to your body and adjust accordingly. Here's the bonus I promised earlier. If you want to amplify the benefits even further, consider following this drink with a light, fiber-rich food within 20 to 30 minutes. Something as simple as a small bowl of oats topped with a few nuts or seeds, or a slice of whole grain toast with avocado, can help stabilize blood sugar and keep your liver's workload balanced. This combination, hydration, gentle stimulation, and slow-release energy, creates a morning sequence that supports your metabolism while protecting your liver from unnecessary strain. What's important to remember is that none of this requires perfection. Missing a day or enjoying a sweeter breakfast occasionally won't undo your progress. What matters most is the pattern you follow most of the time. By starting your mornings with awareness and a few simple steps, you're giving your liver the best possible environment to function well for years to come. And beyond the physical benefits, there's something deeply satisfying about taking that first intentional action each day. It's a quiet reminder that your health is in your hands, not in a way that demands fear or stress, but in a way that invites respect and care for the body you live in. Your liver works for you tirelessly every single day. Supporting it isn't about restriction, it's about partnership. And the more you make choices that align with its needs, the more energy, clarity, and vitality you'll have to pour into the rest of your life. So share what you've learned, inspire others to take their own small steps, and keep building the kind of health that lets you live fully, with strength and confidence.